Sure. Here's a 500-word story-style article built around the topic: 8 amazing foods seniors should eat for better sleep and longer restful nights. 8 amazing foods seniors should eat for better sleep and longer restful nights. At 72, Harold had just about given up on the idea of a good night's sleep. He'd toss and turn until midnight, wake up groggy at 3 a.m., and spend the rest of the early morning watching old black and white movies just to pass the time. No matter what he tried, teas, pills, sound machines, it felt like restful nights were a thing of the past. That was until a casual conversation with his daughter, a registered dietitian, led him to a surprising realization. What he ate might be the key to better sleep. Harold had never connected his dinner plate to his pillow, but his daughter explained how certain foods contain nutrients that help regulate sleep hormones, calm the nervous system, and support the body's overnight repair process. Curious and hopeful, Harold agreed to make some simple swaps in his diet. Tossed 1. Tart cherries. These small fruits became Harold's go-to evening snack. Tart cherries are one of the only natural sources of melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleep regulation. After a week of eating a small bowl before bed, he noticed he was falling asleep faster. 2. Almonds. Rich in magnesium, which promotes relaxation and reduces inflammation, almonds became part of his late-night routine. Harold began adding a small handful to his evening yogurt, and he found himself waking up less frequently through the night. 3. Sweet, tangy, and surprisingly powerful, kiwi fruits contain serotonin and antioxidants that can help improve sleep quality. Harold started slicing one up after dinner and found it didn't just help him sleep better, it helped his digestion too. 4. Oatmeal. A small warm bowl of oats with a sprinkle of cinnamon became Harold's secret weapon. Oats are a source of melatonin and complex carbohydrates that make tryptophan more available to the brain. Plus, the cozy warmth helped signal bedtime. 5. Chamomile tea. While not a food, Harold's daughter insisted it count. Chamomile has natural calming properties thanks to apigenin, an antioxidant that binds to certain brain receptors and promotes sleepiness. Swapping his evening coffee for chamomile became an easy win. 6. Bananas. Loaded with potassium and magnesium, bananas help relax muscles and nerves. Harold loved how easy it was to grab one an hour before bed, and he noticed fewer nighttime leg cramps, something that used to wake him up regularly. 7. Fatty fish. Salmon became a dinner staple in Harold's home. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D, fatty fish can help regulate serotonin levels. He found that eating it a couple of times a week boosted his mood and his sleep. 8. Walnuts. These brain-shaped nuts offer a mix of melatonin, healthy fats, and magnesium. Harold often mixed them into his oatmeal or yogurt, rounding out his sleep-supporting menu. Within a month, Harold's nights changed. He still had the occasional restless evening, but overall, he was sleeping longer, deeper, and waking up refreshed. For Harold, the secret wasn't in another prescription. It was in the kitchen, and every bite was a step toward better rest, brighter mornings, and a life lived more fully. Would you like to turn a short excerpt of this into a voiceover? Pick 2 sentences and your favorite voice. Absolutely. Here's a 500-word follow-up paragraph that continues Harold's journey and expands on the benefits of incorporating sleep-friendly foods into a senior lifestyle. How Harold's sleep transformation sparked a new lifestyle. Harold's new diet didn't just change his sleep, it reshaped his whole approach to aging. After a few weeks of consistent, better rest, he noticed something unexpected. He was more alert during the day. His mood had improved, and he had the energy to pick up hobbies he hadn't touched in years. Gardening became a daily ritual again, and he even signed up for a beginner's painting class at the local community center. All of this stemmed from the simple, powerful change of paying attention to what he ate before bed. His success made him curious. Why did these foods work so well? With his daughter's help, Harold dove into research. He learned how magnesium played a critical role in calming the nervous system and maintaining healthy circadian rhythms. He was fascinated to find that many older adults are deficient in this mineral, often without knowing it. Foods like almonds, bananas, and leafy greens helped him maintain healthy levels without the need for supplements. He also discovered the impact of tryptophan, an amino acid found in oats, turkey, and dairy. When paired with complex carbohydrates, tryptophan gets a boost into the brain, where it converts into serotonin and then into melatonin, the body's sleep hormone. This explained why his simple bowl of oatmeal with a few chopped walnuts and banana slices was such a knockout combo. The more Harold learned, the more he shared. At his local senior center, he started informally mentoring other retirees who were struggling with sleep. He hosted small gatherings where they'd sample sleep-friendly snacks and talk about their routines. "Let food be your lullaby," Harold would joke, holding up a steaming mug of chamomile tea. The group grew week by week, and soon it became more than a sleep circle. It was a support network. Harold also found that timing mattered. He stopped eating heavy meals late at night, opting instead for lighter dinners with a focus on whole foods and plenty of hydration earlier in the day. He stopped drinking caffeine after noon and made sure he didn't consume spicy or acidic foods close to bedtime. His daughter explained that digestion slows with age, and a lighter meal allows the body to wind down naturally. "You're not just feeding your stomach," she said. "You're feeding your sleep cycle." But perhaps the most important shift was the way Harold began to think about sleep, not as a struggle, but as something to nurture. He created a wind down routine that included dimming the lights, turning off screens, reading a book, and sipping his tea. Eating the right foods was just one part of the equation, but it gave him the momentum to build an entire lifestyle around rest and renewal. Today, Harold sleeps soundly most nights and wakes with a sense of peace and purpose. And it all started with a bowl of cherries and the decision to give his body what it truly needed. Want to make part of Harold's story come to life in audio? Pick your two favorite sentences, and I'll turn them into a voiceover for you. Absolutely. Here's an additional 200-word paragraph to further enrich Harold's story and wrap up the message with a warm, encouraging tone. Harold's journey soon became an inspiration for his family, too. His grandson, a college student constantly battling late-night study sessions and groggy mornings, started asking Harold for snack tips. Harold gladly shared his sleep toolkit: cherries, walnuts, and herbal teas. Even his skeptical neighbor, Pete, who once joked that Harold had turned into a sleeping foodie, eventually came around after one too many sleepless nights. What Harold realized was that sleep isn't just a health issue, it's a quality of life issue, and one that spans generations. Whether you're 22 or 72, better sleep begins with better choices. Harold's story proves that you don't need fancy gadgets or expensive treatments. Sometimes, all it takes is being intentional about what you eat, when you eat it, and how you wind down at night. Now, as Harold prepares his evening snack and dims the lights, he smiles knowing he's not just nourishing his body, he's protecting his peace. Sleep, he's come to learn, isn't just the end of the day. It's the beginning of a better tomorrow. Let me know if you'd like to turn part of this final paragraph into a voiceover. Just choose your two favorite sentences and pick a voice.